Here's another reminder. Saturday, before you go to bed, do not forget to set your clock back by 1 hour. Daylight saving time comes to an end this weekend, which means that you will need to get yourself and the kids ready. Sleep specialist Dr. Michael Newnam with the Oklahoma Heart Institute joins us this afternoon with how this time change can impact your sleep and your body. Thank you so much for being here this afternoon.
Welcome. Glad to.
So this weekend we are gaining an hour, but that extra hour of sleep doesn't necessarily make it any easier. How can people prepare for gaining that hour?
Well, this is the fun season.
Yes.
I always like the fall back, the spring forward. We feel like we're losing an hour. When we fall back, we gain an hour, which I like to use this as an opportunity to kind of reset our sleep schedules. A lot of times in the summer, kids are staying up a little later. Oftentimes we're staying up later because it's light much later. There's more to do. Now we've settled in really to the fall schedule and the work and the school year. This is a great opportunity if people are going to bed a little bit late, kids are going to bed a little bit late, to kind of reset their clock and bring them back into a more normal time range, because as a society, unfortunately, we're not getting enough sleep. So this is an opportunity to kind of gain that extra hour and use it for good purposes.
Well, you mentioned it is getting darker a lot earlier. We won't see the sun set after 6:30 for several months. What kind of impact can that have on the body?
So it's really interesting. One of the things that people do have to look out for is what's called seasonal affective disorder, where essentially we're going to work or school in the dark and we're coming home in the dark. And that can sometimes have kind of a negative impact on us because we're not out in the sun. We're not really feeling the light of day, if you will. And so you do have to be cautious about that. But I think in general, this is a good time for gaining sleep. As the weather turns colder and we get cozy in a nice environment, it is a good time to catch up on some sleep and to kind of get into some habits that will help us carry through the holidays, which are always hectic for people.
Oh my goodness. And it's incredible what a good night's rest can really have, not just on your mood, but your body. Talk about why it's important to prioritize that, because sleep, it really does impact everything.
It absolutely does. It's the way to start. There's building blocks of life, and sleep is absolutely one of those. And we should be getting between 7 and 9 hours of sleep as adults. For kids, sometimes that's a greater need than for adults, but unfortunately most of us aren't getting that, and it's one of those areas of life that we can kind of shortchange as we go, but at some point you have to pay the piper. And unfortunately, when people don't get enough sleep, it ends up with some health consequences, and then people end up seeing me or a cardiologist or other folks to try to help them with the health implications of just not getting enough sleep. So I recommend that everybody strive for it. I know that it's a challenge for a lot of people. One of those challenges is going to get better because, like you said, it's going to get dark earlier. And light is a major cue for us to be awake. When it gets dark earlier, it actually helps our circadian rhythm to really let us know it's time to go to sleep. Melatonin surges a bit earlier, and hopefully we're able to take those cues and signals and get some sleep.
Yes, especially for the holidays. It's
Absolutely.
pretty stressful. Good night's rest will help you get through it. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
You're welcome.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.